Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci.com. You're welcome for another weekly edition, my top stocks to watch. So like, subscribe, and without any further ado, let's see the charts. Before my top stocks, let's make a quick recap of last week's in the stock market. SPY ended up the week 0.95 to the downside, and as we can see, lower high, lower lows on the weekly, two consecutive dojis, with the most important earnings week and maybe the most important week of the last quarter of 2024. Starting this Monday, we might see even a pullback to the 570, and if the market will not like most of the big companies' earnings, we might even see 5. I'd prepare for all scenarios. Of course, continuation at the upside, and we will see 607 and 634. RSP, the equal weight ETF, ended up the week with 2% to the downside, and as we can see, barely hanging on inside the uptrend channel. Now the 177 is the support. Together with this trend line breaking to the downside, 174 will be the next support. QQQ ended up the week slightly on the green side, 0.17, two consecutive dojis with 503 to the upside, 483, 482 to the downside. Same as the SPY. If the QQQ, if the market will not respond, good earnings coming up, all the big names starting Tuesday, we might see 471 and 453 to the downside. Dow Jones ended up the week 2.66 to the downside. Next support 413 and 400. Above 433, we will go and see 465. IWM continues to be the weakest of them all. 3% to the downside in 1 week, and we are back to the upper border of the yellow zone. The 215 now needs to hold support below it, 212 and 208. All this area, the 225, 227, continues to be a very, very tough resistance for the IWM. USO crude oil ended up the week on the green side, inside candle, 413 to the upside. We have here a major area of support, the 69 area, major area of support, and we have a double bottom scenario. Continuation to the upside above 72.60. We will see 77 to the upside. Weekly close above 77, and we are heading north to the 85 area. Next, of course, we have Apple. Apple on the weekly closed with 1.5% to the downside with a doji holding above the 226 as support. Long continuation 237, above it 250 and 265. Apple earnings coming up Thursday after the closing bell. Microsoft with earnings coming up on Wednesday after the bell. Look at Microsoft on the daily, Microsoft on the weekly. Always zoom in, zoom out. On the weekly, tried to break above a downtrend line. Now we are still inside 6-7 weeks in a row inside the yellow zone. 417 holding, 436 resistance above it, and we are heading north. 467, this is how it looks on the daily for Microsoft. We have this downtrend line that follows since July. Lower highs, higher lows. We have very tight price section on Microsoft, and as we can see, it will break to the upside or to the downside. No one knows where it will break. And if you want to be prepared for both sides, just put Fibonacci on your chart, and as you can see, all this area, 429 area, from support to resistance together with downtrend line. Let's see how market will react to Microsoft's earning. good reaction, 442, and maybe even new all-time highs in the coming days after earnings. Bad reaction, and we are heading south. Towards where? Just follow Fibonacci. First, 415, and then all the way down, 403.86. As traders, we don't trade, we don't go into earnings with open positions. Why? Because it's gambling. No one knows how the market will react to those earnings, and this is why we don't go with open positions into earnings. Tesla closed the week with 22% to the upside. Did we miss Tesla's bull run? Did we miss the opportunity? In my opinion, not even close. Look here, 270. Look left, very important area of support, and then since October of 2022, yes, 2 years of a major resistance for Tesla on the weekly, long continuation, and we will head north, 335, and maybe even by the end of 2024, new all-time highs on Tesla. So no FOMO. In my opinion, this is what I'm doing. I want to see another 2 or 3 days closing above the 270, 272 area, and then we can start taking long position on Tesla. We have this uptrend line. Sorry, 1 second. We have this uptrend line. Above this one, we are heading north to meet this trend line that holds resistance for the higher highs, which is a perfect resistance because we want to see higher highs, and then we might see some kind of a zigzag to the 335 and then new all-time highs on Tesla. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about Tesla, where Tesla is heading by the end of 2024. Super interesting to know your opinion. Look at Nvidia in the past 2 weeks, 5% to the upside. Now 131 from a major resistance, now needs to hold the support. Long continuation, 160 and 177 on Nvidia. AMD, we have earnings coming up also Tuesday. Look at this, Tuesday after the bell. AMD earnings coming up. Doji of a 50% retracement. Will this be the signal for a trend reversal? I want to see a weekly close above this trend line, above this downtrend line since March of 2024. Lower highs and the 172. I will wait to see how market will react to AMD's earnings during Wednesday and Thursday. Meta also earnings coming up Wednesday after the bell. Meta with 3 consecutive weeks to the downside all the way. Doji off a trend line for the higher lows, which is perfectly fine. Now the 569 area needs all the support. Long continuation above the 603, and we will see 646 and 702. Bad reaction from no one knows how the market will react to those earnings. It can be very nice numbers, but the market for some reason will take Meta to the downside. Protect the downside. Always protect the downside and risk management. The only thing we have full control of in trading is risk management. Google earnings coming up on Tuesday after the bell. What a week, ladies and gentlemen. What a week. In my opinion, this is at least what I'm going to do. I'm not going to open any new positions for swing trading unless the A+ setups that I will show you don't go anywhere. We will talk about the top stocks unless we will get a very nice alert for the top stocks, for the A+ setups. That few minutes patience, I will show you. Google, 5 consecutive weeks, 6 even, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive weeks stuck between the 164 and the 169, 169. Let's see how market will react to Google. Good reaction 174 and 191. Bad reaction, first we're going to this gap and then 135. Amazon earnings coming up on Thursday together with Apple. Look at Amazon in the past 6 weeks, no price action whatsoever. 182 to the downside, 191 to the upside. Good reaction, and we are heading north to a new all-time highs on Amazon. Bad reaction, and we are heading south to the 170 and 163. And now, ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, and let's hit my top stocks to watch. Sit back, relax, and let's put some alerts on our charts. AEHR, nice breakup last Friday above a very major area of resistance, the 1615. Now let's see continuation above previous week's highs towards 1890 and 2080. EOSE inside a very nice uptrend channel. Let's see continuation above 341, and we will see 366, 396, and 433. As long as EOSE is above the lower border of this uptrend channel, we are good to go. Next we have on holdings. Let's put the FTI to the upside. It will give us the next resistance for future price action for on long continuation above the 51.45, and we will see 52.80 and 54.50 to the upside. NBR, Neighbors Industries, very nice price action, breaking above and closing above the upper border of the yellow zone. Reverse to the upside because we want to see future resistance to the upside, and as we can see above 78.70, we will see 83. Above 83 we're going to close this gap at the 92.75. HubSpot, HUBS, now broke above a major downtrend line, this yellow trend line since April. 6 months, almost 7 months of a downtrend, broke last Thursday and Friday, and now we entered the red trend line, long continuation towards 582, and then maybe we will go back to the 568. But as long as we are inside the red channel, we are good to go long continuation. Pay attention to the earnings. WMG, Warner Music Group, very nice price action. I want to see breaking above the 32.60. Look left, trade right. 32.60 since May. 6 months of a major resistance, breaking above it, and we are heading north. 33 and 34. Next we have Chevron CVX, major resistance at the 153 area. Very important area of support at the 149, breaking above the 153, and we are heading north to the 159 and 162.66. If you want this amazing tool, the FTI, the only tool that will provide you up to 85% accuracy where price is heading next, with buy signal, with sell signal, and you can also add, of course, trend lines. It will give you trend lines, and you can also add this table that will give you the overall sentiment on 4 different time frames without scrolling tabs. Check the links in the description below. Put the FTI today. Join the Fibonacci Traders Discord for all channels. You have channels for day tradings, for string tradings, for crypto, for futures, for options, and many more channels to become better traders. Join the Fibonacci Elite Team of Traders, golden membership, and you will get also access to the FTI. AAOI, still inside an uptrend. Now all I want to see, 70.30 needs to hold, breaking above the 1862, and we will see 2034, 2250, and 2523. ISRG, intuitive surgical, inside an uptrend channel, above the 503 needs to hold the support. I want to see breaking above Friday's 18th high, above the 523, 524. Round up a little bit. It doesn't have to be an accurate price. Breaking above it, and we are going north 537 and 556. And as you can see, also the FTI gives you buy signal, sell signal. It gives you also where to put your stop loss. For now, look at cars. Bearish on the daily, bearish on the weekly. So Tamir, why? What's so A+ setup? What is the A+ setup on cars? What I see here is a double bottom. And as traders, we want to be able to catch the trend as soon as possible. We can never catch the dip, we can never catch the top, but we can, by really knowing price action, how to read candlestick, how to analyze candlestick price action, of course, and you put the FTI in your chart. And then you can also see double bottom scenario, breaking above the 1626 and then breaking out and above this downtrend line. We are heading north to the 1750 and 1821. We have also JCI, Johnson's Control International. Sideways move since end of September, but we are still inside an uptrend channel. Bullish on the daily, bullish on the weekly. All I want to see is at least 2 trading days above the 7740 and then heading north to the 78, 79. I have my alert above the 7823. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you find it helpful, educational. If so, like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below. What did you like? What you didn't like? Any comment, any feedback will be super welcome. Until the next video, stay safe.